What it do? It's your brother man from the motherland coming to you guys live from the NY, back with another one of that OD pod, man. For those that don't know who I am him. You're Jones, not a Bantu or a Jew, but a El Kebulan kidnap that's ready for the get back. And welcome back to the Redeem or Destroy podcast. Yes, man. Look, for those that's living on the East region, for those that's just living in America, man, if you had a snowstorm and you overcame all of that, shout out to you guys. I hope you guys are warm. I hope you guys are safe. I hope nothing malicious and crazy happened to y'all. I got a couple of people that got into accidents. Two of them was fatal. You understand? So my condolences to the sister that lost her cousins. Shit happens, man. You know what I'm saying? But just be safe out here. Stay on point, stay alert. You know what I'm saying? Don't texting and driving. If you don't know how to do it while you was on clear land, don't do it when there's snow on the floor. Okay? So just wanted to just throw that out there. And shout out to all my supporters. Shout out to the moderators. Shout out to everybody that's been contributing to this page, this channel, and of course this movement. I want to give another shout out to all my subscribers on Instagram. We raising, we rising. You know what I'm saying? You heard me? I said we raising. You heard me? We're rising. The numbers is going up. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? All my content is literally for you guys. And, everything that I do is for you guys. I wanted to talk about this right here. We're going to dive into it. Definitely want to give a shout out to Mano. This is not me taking a shot at you. This is not me attacking you. In fact, I'm doing this video to defend individuals like you. Now, we are living in a society, or should I say we are living in today's times where individuals, where everybody got a mouthpiece, everybody got something to say, everybody got their opinions, we all know that. But what I'm coming to the realization is that it's a lot of non-street people commenting on street activities, commenting on things that happen in the streets. And we have to put an end to that, okay? We have to stop, and I repeat, we have to stop allowing these type of individuals to give their inputs into any street activities that goes on in the streets, especially if you ain't never been in the streets. If you ain't never been outside, you ain't never sold drugs, you ain't never been in any level of, combat in the streets, shootouts, etc., fighting, jump, join the gang, whatever, you should not be commenting. Your opinions is not valid, is not needed, especially when you're giving your thoughts on what you would do and what you would say and how you would function. It's not how things go, right? So shout out to my man 10 Toes Down. He had posted this and he had gave a 12-page Aaliyah note, too much for me to write. But in the summary of things, he was basically saying, if you ain't never been in these type of circumstances where you was in jail and people try to attack you, or you in the streets and people try to attack you or bring harm to you, like really try to end your life and violate, if you ain't never been in that, you're not in a position to talk about it, right? There's so much things that you can talk about, and this street life is not one of them. And even for myself, I never been cut in the face. I've never been jumped. You know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up knowing how to fight. You know what I'm saying? So that level of violation never occurred to me. And on top of that, I show love to everybody. I never try to be the big King Kong, even though I knew I was nice in my hands, even though I knew if we was to box or we was snuggle up, I can take you down. I never moved like I was somebody that can, that because I'm able to have these skill sets, you're supposed to fear me. I've never been that. You know what I'm saying? I always thought that of being like a bully. So I always stayed away from that, right? But when it comes to stuff like that, like niggas being in jail. I can't tell you jail stories because I've never been in jail. I can't tell you how to survive in prison if I've never been in prison. There's too many of you guys that come on social media talking about street stuff, ain't never been in the streets. Can I talk about hustling? Absolutely. I did that. Can I talk about how to flip this into that, how to stretch it out? Absolutely. I did that. But when it comes to violence, bringing harm, being in shootouts, being shot, being this, being sliced, I can't talk that. And there's a lot of you guys that come on these social medias, people like academics that have never been outside, never been in the nitty gritty of anything, right? That's just basically like the outdoor nigga giving inputs on the indoor nigga giving inputs on the outdoor nigga. It just doesn't make sense. And we're living in a society now where that is the normalcy, right? Where people that have never been into nothing feel entitled to say something to people that have been into shit. And we have to put an end to that. We have to put an end to that. It's getting out of hand. It's getting pointless. And it's like, we're like, where are you trying to go with this? What are you trying to do? Because all you're going to do is cause one of these individuals that been into these type of things, who's trying to change their life around, who that's just someone that's trying to change their life around, then you're gonna have those that's looking for a crash out, that's looking for the opportunity to jump ship, to violate and do whatever they need to do and take it out on you. And you guys don't understand that. You guys thinking that these laws is here to protect you. You guys thinking that these federales is here to protect you. Listen, the federales is looking for two things out of black people: death and imprisonment. Okay? So if one person is going to unalive you, that's another Negro taking off the scene. And if another one is still around, then they're going to do what? Incarcerate the other person. I mean, you can hate him. You know what I'm saying? Like, your dislike for him, that's cool. I'm not knocking that. What I'm knocking is when individuals try to discredit, like, oh man, that's why you got cut in the face, and that's why you got violated. And these same people ain't never been in these type of circumstances. How do you make fun of somebody that's overcame and survived the jungle, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, my man, I see my man get shot 7 times, bro. Like, he was shot 7 times on the floor, yelling from the top of his lungs. He survived that. Who am I to then look at him like, aha, that's why you got clipped. Aha, that's why you got shot. And this is what we're seeing today in today's society, where individuals never been to nothing, making fun of stuff that people went through, that through the graces of the ancestors, it was able to survive, bro. And some of you guys would have been in those circumstances. And I'm not saying the guys that's following and watching. I'm saying this in general. Some of you guys will be in these circumstances and be the first one with an open pad telling on everybody. 12-page Aaliyah note. You know what I'm saying? You be the first ones to be quick to say, oh, I'm not gonna go back into the streets. Some of these people get through that, overcome that, and still gotta walk the block, still gotta hustle, still gotta do things to provide for their family, because the streets is all they know. Now, I'm not here to glorify it. I'm just here to say I understand, and I'm not the one to question how, you going through this, etc. The only thing I'm gonna say is, as melanated people, bro, the only thing I'm gonna tell you is we're wasting too much time attacking each other. That's the only thing that I'm going to say. Everything outside of that, that's not for me. Like, I'm not here to, you know what I'm saying, be like, yeah, man, that's why you got this, and that's why that happened to you, because you a bitch nigga. You got caught slipping. Do you understand how difficult it is to be a gangster? Do you know how difficult it is to be a drug dealer? You know how difficult that is when you got to watch your back 24 hours, 7 days a week? Do you know how it feels to really have ops? Like, when I see my homies and they got to come outside a particular time at night because during the day they don't want to be seen, that shit is for real. That's for real. or having to leave town and don't come back into the neighborhood because there's a hit out on you. These things is for real. You guys don't know these things. A lot of you guys don't know that. You are from the outskirts commenting, and you are not in a position to comment and say anything at all. If you're not involved in the streets, leave those conversations and opinions and suggestions to those that from that, bro. That's all we need to be focusing on. Why can't anybody come on these social medias and talk about their life, talk about their families, their wives, tell people why they can't get a girl, tell them why their girl left them, or let's talk about things that matter. Stop worrying about what people went through and making fun of, yeah, he got cut, ha, ha, ha. The same way he got cut, you can get cut too. The same way he could get, clipped, you can get clipped too. Nobody is exempt for the atrocities that come in these streets. Nobody is exempt. I could be sitting here minding my business right now, and somebody might just get mad at me because I'm wearing red on. It's like that. It's like that. Now, I'm not telling everybody to be soft. I'm not telling everybody to be a superhero, super gangster. But just respect your lane, bro. Respect your lane. Understand where you at. Understand that you're not in a position to talk about any street activity if you ain't never been in the streets. You ain't never been shot. You can't talk about gun. You can't talk about shoot 'em up, bang, bang. If you ain't never been sliced, if you ain't never been in jail, you shouldn't be talking about what goes on in jail. A lot of you guys do that, and it's sad. It's pathetic. It's outrageous. It has to get put to an end. People like academics ain't never been in the streets a day in their life, don't even know the foundation of fighting, and you feel entitled to comment, make jokes. You don't joke about shit like that. It's not something to joke about. Any real nigga that been in the streets, especially if you've been outside since the 90s, you know that the streets is nothing to joke about. It's nothing to play with, bro. You young guys thinking that it's cool because you guys thinking that it's cool being in jail. There's nothing cool with being in jail. In fact, when we was growing up, the rule in the streets was don't get caught. Today's society, you guys are getting reward medals because you guys are in jail. You guys are getting plaques, making music. The whole hood is in support of you. That's not how it was for us. When you got arrested and you got thrown in the can, we knew, damn, they got homie. Two things. We didn't glorify saying, yo, man, well, come home soon. We never did that. That was something that the family members did. You know what I'm saying? The daughters, oh, my father will be home soon. The streets never did that. And on top of that, when the person came home from the streets, we didn't really engage with that person because we knew, like, yo, you got paperwork on you, bro. Not saying that you tell, not saying that you snitch, not saying that you're speaking, you're cooperating, but you got a tag on you, bro. You got a mark on you. We can't allow you to be in our enterprise because you might just spill. You know what I'm saying? They got the magnifying glands on you. They're watching you. They're paying attention to you. You can't be amongst this. You got out the streets, you got to leave the streets alone. Go get a job. You know what I'm saying? You got to do the dead end jobs. That's just what it is. You got caught. But we're living in a society now where we're justifying, oh, free the homie, free the wave. And when these niggas come out, we having a parade for them. We're giving them jewelry. We're putting them right back into the phone like nothing ever happened. Like, yo, what are we doing? Like, nah, dog. Like, homie, nah. You better go fill out a UPS application. We're not even talking. We don't even call your phone to even talk any type of numbers. If you need money and people owe you money, you're supposed to bring your woman or you bring your daughter. That was rules. Like I told you guys before, there's rules, there's manuals in these streets that nobody is following. Everybody's doing their own thing. And because of that, you see how everybody's being clipped. Everybody's being arrested. These prisons are filled with melanated people, especially you young boys. Filled. And they're making easy money off you guys because none of you guys want to follow the G code. And nor am I promoting, street activity, because all of that needs to stop. Only activity that needs to be spoken is revolution conversations. But we're not going to act like the streets is not in a state of ignorance where everybody is just want to be a tough guy. Okay, cool. So if you want to be a tough guy and you want to just do whatever you want to do, just understand that there's rules and regulations. You got arrested, you come home, yeah, we'll give you a shout out, yo, Wilson, welcome home. We'll probably blow a L, drink a bottle of liquor, and that be the final interaction between you and everybody that's still involved in the streets. This is no disrespect. This is just how the game go. You guys are not respecting that. You guys want to do your own thing, thinking that you entitled to, yo, son, what's up, man? Yo, son, I'm back, bro. I'm back. What's up, man? I need a pack. I need to get back. I'm trying to get back on my feet. Hey, we'll take you to the workforce, and you'll fill out an application, and you're gonna allow these people to help you get a job. You can't come into these streets. These streets is not for you. And this is the problem. And this is why these niggas come out, go right back. These niggas get embraced right back. And 6 months later, there's a RICO case. There's a RICO case for everybody. Like, yo, bro, leave that alone. Leave that alone. The game is to never get caught. You get caught, you disqualify. You remember back in the day when you play Super Mario and you died 3 times, you had to start all over again? That's how the streets is. That's the foundation of the streets, where we supposed to start all over again. Go to school. Go become Go become a spokesperson. Be an advocate. Speak out. Don't try to come back, and then these niggas be coming back with this stuff of entitlement. Like, yo, you know what I did for you, bro? I held you down. Okay, cool. Appreciate it. Appreciate the fact that you held me down. Just like you held me down, I held you down. But you got caught. So the conversation is different now. This conversation is different. You see all through these movies where these dudes would get locked up, come out, and now they want their spot back. There's no spot back, bro. Same rap. You gotta go do something else. You gotta venture off into something else, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's why it was important to have money stay put to the side, that when you do get, caught up and you get out, you got a bag of money to fall back on to go do something different. You know what I'm saying? So now that while we here, I wanna have a brief conversation of what you see going on. First of all, let's talk about this snow right here. I don't know if you guys are aware, but I've been seeing a lot of videos on Instagram where people is burning this snow and it's not melting. I am watching the snow right now, and just the way that it looks, it doesn't look like it's really organic snow. But that's another topic in itself. I just want to know if you guys are aware of these things. Okay? It's just a lot of fugazi going on. I seen another man sent me something where one side of the street is filled with snow. Filled with clouds, and it looks like it's about to like drop an abundance amount of snow. And on the other side, it was clear as day. Now, I don't know what's going on. All I'm going to tell you guys is, please be on point. Do not fall for the theater that's going on in the world right now. Do not fall for none of it. From the ICE nonsense all the way down to, like I said, the Black Panther wannabe party, to the snow. All of these things are distractions. Something is in the works. Stay on point, man. Stay on point. Yes, I said it. All that ICE shit is fake. The guy named that was unalive, his last name was Pretty, and the girl name that was unalive, her name is Good. So Pretty Good. Yeah. Make that make sense. And it was 2 Europeans. I'm just saying. We paying attention. We paying attention to the narratives. These are the things that we as individuals got to be on point and understand what's going on. You understand? We really got to start taking back our our comprehensions. Whereas like anything that these people throw at us, we automatically jump the bandwagon. I see a massive protest. Anytime you see something of that magnitude, just understand that these people are the ones that's navigating it all. Every time it's in that magnitude. From the Million Man March to the I Have a Dream speech, all of these shits are being orchestrated and run, funded, and watched and observed by these people, bro. George Floyd, all that. All that. The only thing that these people did not have control over, and if I'm lying, I'm flying, was when the Rodney King things went down and the Los Angeles riots. That's the only time they did not have absolutely no control. And it shows. You see, they never speak about it. It's never history. It's always something that they put in the back burner. Okay? I want you guys to really pay attention and understand what's going on. Okay? This is very serious times. They feed off your negative energy. Okay? They feed off your negative energy. They need you guys to be in this state to be on what? On their program. Okay? Your brain is wired to their program. That's intentional. Okay? The civil rights movement, and this is no disrespect to all my melanated people. I love you guys, but we got to call it what it is. Okay? That movement was nothing but a hoax. It was a joke and a hoax. Okay? What the civil rights movement was designed and created to do was turn melanated people into beggars. That's just what that was. We have become beggars. We have become complainers. We have become sayers and not doers. Complainers, demanders, and not doers. This is one of the foundation of the self-entitlement. This is why brothers and sisters will yell out reparation. They will yell out reparation, but then do nothing in acceptance of reparation. You understand me? I want you guys to be very, very aware. And this is not me taking a shade at all the people that actually fought and really wanted good. I get that. But the foundation of it all goes back to control. Okay? That's what Dr. King was for. And when Dr. King realized what he was doing, they clipped him. That's what they do. Oh, he's turning into a field nigger. Get him out of here. That's what they did. Okay? Okay? Dr. King was hand selected since a child to do this. I want you guys to know this. He was hand selected since a child to do this. His name is not even Martin Luther. Okay? He was hand selected as a child to do this. So just be on point. Okay? I just want you guys to be on point. Understand what's going on. And I'm going to talk about it more on tonight's podcast. I'm going to come on later on tonight, probably 10 p.m. You know what I'm saying? I like to come on at 10 p.m. because my house be quiet, my son be asleep, the way everybody be asleep. So 10 p.m. we're going to talk about it. But in all seriousness, guys, we have to put an end to non-street Negroes commenting on street activities. We have to. Anybody that survived, everybody that survived. For a matter of fact, let me give you an example. Remember when 50 Cent and Jay-Z was going to their back and forth? Jay-Z said something in the notion, oh, how are you respecting the man that got shot and not the shooter? But it's like, bro, but you've never been shot. You never even been shot at. You never even been in that high magnitude of violence for you to even have any level of critique to say anything, actually. Your job is to be completely silent, just like my job is to be completely silent, right? Now, I get it. We make music and we say certain things because it's a battle and we diss it, but There's just certain things you just not supposed to speak on. If you ain't never been outside, never been in a street activity, you shouldn't be saying, ha ha, well, didn't you get shot? Okay, yeah, you could have been shot too if you was in the streets. But if you're not in the streets, just be quiet. Just be quiet. The street conversation should only be for street niggas. Just like you would not expect a street nigga to be teaching Harvard University about science, and that man never been in a science class a day in his life. He just been in the streets. He been in the streets his entire life. But here he's the one that's gonna talk to you guys about science, about what's good and what's not. That's absurd. That's asinine. That's idiotic, bro. Oh, of course. Listen, knowing this, when you know what's going on, I mean, listen, we're living in a society, man, it's clear as day, bro. At this point, with all this technology, living in the age of Aquarius, it's just clear as day to see what's going on, guys. Like, it's really clear as day. Like, at this point, anybody that's in a state of ignorance is on your own behalf, because it's just clear to see. It's plain to see. For example, I'm gonna give you, I know I'm all over the place, but just bear with me. Let's just talk about this for a minute. For example, the man Pretty. If you look carefully, because when I first seen the video, I just didn't understand. I'm like, oh wait, hold on, is he black? Because I seen the brown uniform on until somebody stopped it, and I was able to look directly into that man's face. I said, hold on, no, he's one of them. He was used you said being shot at usually means, listen, that's like that in the streets. But anyway, I'm gonna answer that. But he was used to cause what you guys are seeing right now. Because when you see the man, he had glasses on, he had the same color as the ICE agents, and supposedly he had a gun. Of course he's gonna have a gun when you're one of them. His face was covered, glasses on, hat the same way like the ISIS people. Oh yeah, this is all comical. This is theatrics at its highest order. You guys was watching theater at its highest order. And like I said, you're living in a society that feeds off your emotions. Through chaos comes order, right? Laws, regulations is being put into place. What you guys are failing to also realize that the issue was never against the migrants. Let me say that again. It was never against the migrants. I'm telling you that ICE was there to create. What the ICE was created for was a task force, because that's just what they are. A task force that does not have to oblige by the Constitution. That's what that is for. It's a $4 billion task force that does not have to answer to any constitutional law. They answer directly through the president, and that's it. That's just what that is. Whether you see it or not, that's just what that is. And you see, listen, people, you see it went for migrants, and now it was so-called 2 Europeans. Wait until you start seeing it start rounding up the niggas. Like I told you before, do not support that Black Panther nonsense. Do not engage. Do not comment. Do not say I support. Do not donate. Do not send any level of money, because when you do, you're going to be put in their database, and you're going to be deemed as a domestic terrorist. Watch that shit going to turn from migrants to domestic, and anybody that goes against the grain, because that's what they're coming for. Anybody, the people like myself, the facts tellers, people that's bringing out information that's showing the corruption within the system. Oh yeah, they're gonna come for you. That's what ICE is for. Okay, ICE is to cool you down. That's why they call it ICE. Okay, to cool you down. So don't get caught up, martial law. Don't get caught up in this fugazi. Not for once, not for twice, not for no. Don't get caught up. Okay. Don't get caught up. They gotta remove. Why you think all of these gangsters, all these gangs, rolling 60s, everybody's getting conspiracy? Anybody that's going to pose a threat that can put people together, that can come together as a unit, because we know rolling 60s is a big organization that can come together as a unit and fight back what's about to happen. Yeah. So don't get caught up. Okay? YSL, all them niggas wasn't just being violent in the community. That's just what they tell you. There's other things that they was doing. They was holding down the neighborhood, putting money in people's pockets. People was no longer dependent on the government. They're not telling you these things. Anytime they tell you a conspiracy and all of that, RICO and all of that, that means they've been watching. They are watching. They're listening to everything. Your iPhones, your iPads, your social media accounts. Everything is against you at the court of law. It's all intentional. This is what I'm telling you. Do not engage into nothing that these people created. Even the pictures that you see these dudes are taking, this man got his left hand in his pocket. The left hand is what they put in their pockets. That's a Freemasonry. They put their hands in their pockets like this and they leave it like this. They leave their hands like this. That's Freemasonry. All his pictures, he got one fist in the air and the other one with his hands like this. That's intentional. You got to understand what's going on, guys. His name is Paul Birdsing or Birdsong. The word bird alone, that's Big Bird. That's government. You know, eye in the sky, eagle eye, birds. Those are birds. Wake up, man. The birds sing. Come on, man. These people are telling you exactly what's going on, but you're too naive because you really believing that there's this phenomenon that's going on. A lot of you guys believing that Jesus is going to appear. These are the things that the Jesuit order has put together to do what they're doing now. The reason why they're doing this at this extreme level is because people are breaking free from the religious quote. If you see the numbers in churches, religion altogether, a lot of people is breaking free. They're seeing through the lies. It's no longer being able to be hidden. They seeing through the lies, guys. So what we got to do, because religion was what kept them in control, allowed them to control the masses. But if that's not working, then we got to use the things that they use and they believe. Oh, so they're on this frequency now? Okay, cool, no problem. Let's use the very thing that they use to uplift their community, and we're going to use that as a takedown. Similar to rap. You guys know that. Let's give them rap. What was rap about? Rap was about fighting the system, going against this, how these people is that, how they, fight the power. You know what I'm saying? I know I can't. It was all of that. It went from that to the bands will make her dance. Bands will make her dance. How low can you go? It went from that to being that. So now they took the very thing that we've created to turn it into a weapon to destroy us, to destroy families, homes, children, all of that. Hip hop is the lethalest weapon that was ever deployed on Black America. This is facts. You guys can say whatever you want. Rap, hip hop, whatever you want to call it, did more damage to the melanated community than crack cocaine ever did. Did more damage to the melanated community more than crack ever did. Intentional. Okay? So now everything that we've used to uplift us, to get us to the next level, they're turning the pages and using it against us. It's the civil rights movement. You think that you created it, now they're taking it and they're using it against you. All of these things are being created and used against you. Like I said, all of these things are intentional. Understand what I'm saying to you guys. These things are intentional. Okay? They are intentional. We're no longer, the people are waking up to the script. Remember, we're living in the age of Aquarius. According to them, this is the age of information. You guys are receiving information. A lot of individuals that look like me and you are gaining knowledge and understanding, like people that went to Harvard, individuals that went to high-end colleges. We are gaining knowledge and wisdom. We are outsmarting them. We are learning more. We're teaching better. We're gaining more traction. They need to put an end to that. So they're going to use the things that help uplift us to destroy us. And this is what you're seeing. So do not engage into nothing that they give you. Pay attention to everything and everyone. Don't trust nobody. Don't even listen to me. Do your homework. Be like, yo, son, June was saying a lot of things. Let me go see what he's saying to be accurate. Don't listen to me. Like I tell you guys all the time, I'm not here to gain nothing, because at the end of the day, people, I got to protect my family. At the end of the day, I got to protect my 5 children. I got to protect my moms. I got to protect my Wiz. I got to protect my BM. I got to protect everybody. You know what I'm saying? My brothers. I got a whole thing on my end that I got to do. I just give you guys this information to you guys to prepare you guys for the fufu and to be in front of it so you won't receive the backlash. You see, right now, we're not in front of it. Right? They're seeing, and part of this so-called snowstorm is to recoup back the money that they didn't get through Thanksgiving, through Christmas, through the New Year's. America didn't generate a lot of money. Yes. Okay? So they had to recoup the money. How do you recoup money back? It's to throw the fair. Oh my God. Oh, it's going to be a winter storm. Oh, it's going to be very dangerous. I advise you guys to prepare. It's going to be this. And I've been telling you guys this. I say, yo, listen, mommy, yo, check this out. When it really hits the fan, they will not be broadcasting it. When it really hits the fan, they won't be broadcasting it. And when it really hits the fan, they won't be broadcasting it. So you got to make sure that you guys are on point. Okay? You should not wait for them to tell you something crazy about to happen for you guys to want to go get for you guys to want to go get hold on, guys. You shouldn't wait for these guys to tell you something horrific. Be prepared for you guys to storm the supermarket. You guys should have been having these things in your house. You should have been having generators. You should have been having all these things that you need at your disposal. So when things happen, you cool, calm, and collected. My Wiz was like, yo, is there anything that you want me to get? I say, yo, man, just get me. I was like, yo, get me some wine and some organic space. You know what? I don't want to say the word because it sounds super nasty, but it's basically some organic puffs. Pause. She's like, fine, no problem. Got that, and I sat back and I watched. And I watch. And as the day goes by, hours go by, I say, you know what? Even yesterday when I was cleaning the snow, my hands wasn't cold and it wasn't cold. They tell you it's 15 degrees. It does not feel like 15 degrees. In fact, I was sweating. What's that? What is that about? What is that about? Okay. What is that about? I sat back and I watched and I observed. I said, oh, okay. Oh, this is another fear mongering tactic. Remember, they have to function off fear. We are becoming too complacent to the shit that they be telling us, and we just jump ship like, oh my God, oh look, oh look. No, we like, it's really time for people to start taking back control. It's time. My Wiz said she seen something where they're about to have this big shutdown. Everybody just gonna stop working for the day. I said, yeah. I said, so they're gonna do that on Friday, and then they're gonna do that to go against the government. But come Monday, they're gonna go to the government, applying for unemployment. You're gonna go apply. You're gonna go apply for unemployment, but your point is to hit the government where it hurts. So you're gonna quit you're gonna not work, do whatever. Your job is gonna probably let you go because of that. You know the saying, no call, no show. Then what? I wait for it. Because the time for you guys to display that type of energy was when the pandemic happened and they told you it was mandatory for you guys to take the food for all of you for you guys to go to work. From that moment, that was the time for you to say, nope, I guess nobody working. When you guys decided to go run into the nearest, you know what? That's when they knew that they got you under their control. And you guys would never, and I repeat, never be able to ever do such thing like that. Ever. Quit what? Stop working to do what? You're not going to go to Target and buy what? Who's telling you to do this? Who's telling you to do this? The same people that's telling you to do that, I guarantee you they went to Target. True word, my phone just went off. I guarantee you they went to Target to go get something to eat. The same people. The same people. So you ask yourself, you ask yourself this question. Man, they got me by the Navy Yard. You ask yourself that question. You really think our people is really capable of doing that? You really think America is capable of doing that? Absolutely not. You guys have all been compromised. Every single American has chosen a side, and you sided with the government. Facts. Because the time for you guys to take a stand and make your power and your voice be heard, you guys said no. You guys said, no, I need my money. I need how I'm going to pay these bills. Let me ask you guys a question. What you think the stimulus money was about? You really thought it was about giving you money to help you sustain while the America was in chaos? You really think that's what that was? No. That was to feed your dopamine, to make you be in a space like, oh my gosh, look at all this money I'm making. To then for you to then take all that money you're making, not to invest it into nothing. And shout out to those that did. Shout out to those that opened the black businesses, even though these businesses are no longer here, that put you guys in tremendous debt. I appreciate the effort. But let's call a spade a spade. The reason why they gave you that is because they needed you to be engaged in love and fiending for the money. And right after Labor Day was done, this is how you know this is psyops. Right after Labor Day was done, a big ass press conference took place, and your president said, you guys, the doors will be open for every single employee in America, federal, etc., to come back to work. But in order for you to come back to work, you have to get situated. And everybody ran because you have been the dopamine of having money, taking trips, buying cars. Some of you guys put extra bills on you. You thought that this was gonna last forever. That was intentional. And they knew that. They was watching. They was watching to see, oh, look at this guy right here. Look at him. Look, he's on social media bragging about how much money he got. Look at him right here. He's bragging about how much money he got. He's showing off, people. He's flexing, guys. He's flexing. Oh, the mothers. Oh, I just bought this. I just got a new house. I was able. All of that was intentional. Let me move away from this sun. All of that was intentional. You guys, like I said, you guys don't know what's going on. You guys are not paying attention. Everything is a domino effect. Every move is strategic. Every move is chess, not checkers. Every move. They watch you. They literally watch you. They allowed you. Bro, there was people getting unemployment for people that's been dead for 15, 20, 30 years. Literally. These people was literally allowing everybody to get money. Niggas in the street was touching the PPP loans. They was putting out money, giving everybody money. Everywhere you look, people was getting money. All you see, people was getting cars. All you see on social media, yo, get yourself an event space. Buy you this, buy you that, invest into this. All these credit card niggas, yo, man, this is the perfect time to get credit cards. Get your credit up. Do this, we do that. All of these things was happening, rapid speed. All through from the minute of January, all the way to September 7th. All the way to September 7th. And when September 7th came, they said, you have to do, etc., etc. And if you don't, you're going to be terminated. And not only are you going to be terminated, you now got so much bills in debt that you can't even afford to fight the system. Because some of you guys were so up, you couldn't just fathom seeing yourself at the bottom. You couldn't fathom seeing yourself begging, asking for support, asking whatever. Couldn't see yourself. So you complied. You went to the nearest you know what, got the nearest you know what, and now here we are. Here we are. 2026, half of you guys is compromised. Every season, especially when it gets cold, it's like a mass majority of people sick. Stuffy nose, people can't breathe, people crying in their eyes, people coughing, people this, people that, because you guys don't even know that you guys are now contested. You guys have contracted the 3 Letterman. The 3 Letterman. Let me give you the sign language on what I'm talking about. Let me give you the 3. Let me say it again. The three letters. Right? Huh? They why is he gonna find somebody saying he threw up the signs? He's one of them. He's one of them. He threw up the sign. No, this is an H. My apologies. My jump was overheating, supposedly, right? Here we are in 2025, guys. Of course it froze. Like I said, all of this is chess and not checkers. Now everybody's under their control. You're completely dependent. All of us, and they know that. This is why they're able to do these things. This is why they're able to create what they call that congesting, aka checkpoints. This is why all these cameras is out here, because now you have given your rights. Like when you have a birth certificate, the fufu was you giving up your rights. That's all of that was intentional, guys. You guys are unaware of what's going on. All of that was intentional. They took that away from you. They took your rights away from you. Now they got the ICE agents here that doesn't even have to stand by the Constitution. They don't care that if you was born here. A lot of people that's being detained are citizens. And then I seen a documentation of a lady who's a lawyer that says they're catching people through tax information. So if they are paying taxes and you're using their tax papers, then that means they are not migrants. They are working class, civilized people who got jobs, who's taking care of their family, obviously don't have a criminal record. But now all of a sudden, they're being captured, guys. And again, these people are not subject. They're not police officers. They're not taking no oath. They're not taking an oath to uphold the Constitution. They're doing the total opposite. Wait till you start seeing that. Wait till you start seeing the black people, because they want that to be a normalcy. They want it to be in your brain as normal. You're gonna see a lot of it being normal. You're gonna see it being normal. Okay? If you see migrants, and that was the tool for the migrants, and you see a migrant being harassed and violated, you're gonna support that. When you see a European being violated and supported, you're gonna support that. You're gonna say, well, if the European would have just mind their business and was not engaged, they will not be involved. This is how they're gonna program you. The niggas, you melanated people, it's going to be a clash between ICE and the Black Panther Party. And that's when they're going to put their focus on every single melanated person that's pro-black, that's putting their fist up like that, that's taking pictures of the red, black, and green, that's saying F that, I want that. That's when they're going to change the frequency on you. Then out of nowhere, guys, listen to what I'm telling you. Out of nowhere, you're not going to see no Europeans being murdered. You're not going to see no Mexicans being arrested. You're not going to see nothing. All you're going to see is just regular niggas, hardworking people, people that's fighting for freedom, people that want separation, people that want acceptance, people that want reparations, people that wants to put an end to the atrocities of melanated people. They're going to come for you. And let me give you guys a news flash. Them niggas is living amongst you right now as we speak. Let me give you a news flash. They're living and watching every move. Any organization, let's just say there's a Black Panther organization right here in the corner of Nostrand and Marcy. They're going to have those that's running up and down. You thinking they jogging. You thinking that they're doing this. They're literally calculating who is who, what is what, the ringleader, all of that. I got a man that works. I'm about to go see him today. He was a sergeant in the Army. He tells me everything. I'll be picking his brain. We literally be having conversations for like 2-3 hours. Every time I see him, I'm going to see him today. Hopefully they're open. And he'll tell me. It was like, yo, there's people that go so deep undercover. They become one with the organization, one with the community. These people will go as far as marrying, having families with these people. But little do they know, they're working with the you know what. This is facts. To love, facts. These people are an observant of everything. I tell you this right now. There's no such thing as global warming. There's anything that they people are telling you is all lies. These are lies. They're trying to stop what's happening on the universe. And this is no disrespect to my Europeans, but you know how the game go. For every kingdom, a kingdom rise, a kingdom fall. A regime rise, a regime fall. America, the reason why America is fighting so hard, because America is literally the financial backbone of Europeans. Let me say that again. America is literally the financial backbone of Europeans. So they're not gonna let this place go without a fight. This is why when you see all these chaos and foolish nonsense, oh my gosh, it's this. I don't believe it. Because there's just too much money to be made out here. These people are not just gonna let that just slip away. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. This is the financial backbone of Europeans. Whether you in America, whether you in Europe, whether you in Greece, whether you in Asia, this is their backbone. There's Europeans that I know personally that don't watch nothing but stocks and bonds. This is facts. This is why they're not going to let nothing happen. They're not going to let it go without a fight. But the universe, and I'm just speaking, I'm just telling you guys the facts. I'm not here to cause racial tension. I had nothing but love for Europeans. You got love for me, I got love for you. You chill with me, I chill with you. You know what I'm saying? But you see what's going on in the universe. You guys got to understand that you guys have done more destruction. There was more bloodshed on this earth under your watch than any kingdom whatsoever combined. If you take World War I, World War II, we've been in World War III. If you take the eugenics, if you take slavery, if you take the lynchings and the Jim Crows and everything. If you take Venezuela, if you take what's going on in Gaza, if you take what went on with Leopold, if you take what went on with Cecil Rose, if you take all of these things, you take all that, you guys done way too much damage to the earth. It's to the point now where the earth is speaking out. It's the universe that's speaking out. The blood, the tears, the bloodshed of these ancestors are speaking unto the children, unto that generation. This is why you guys are at what they call it, warp speed. And a lot of you guys are in a state of panic because you believe, what's going to be done to you is going to be worse than what you've done to humanity. Now, I can't tell you what's going to happen in the future because I'm not a hypnosis, a psychic reader. I'm none of that. What I do know is that according to the universe, what goes around comes around. Now, I don't wish atrocities, wickedness, and evil to anybody. But if you had your hands and you justified it and you stood on it and you made it seem like this was warranted, then it is what it is. But for those that understand, for those that was never a part of it and never seen it as right, you will be the universe will protect you, bro. And I'm not gonna act like every European is wicked and evil because there are some good Europeans. There are. There are some Europeans that could not believe such things could happen to human beings. There are Europeans that never supported it, never agreed with it, never stood with it. There are those. but the number of those is very, very slim. It's very, very slim. It's very, very, very slim. So if you ever if you ever encounter those, shout out to those. But again, too much evil, police brutality, the violence. Look at the ICE. Look at the uproar. Look at what they're doing to children. It's like you guys done way too much damage on this earth, bro. I didn't even include the Mexican wars. I didn't even include the Christopher Columbus invasion. I didn't even include none of that. I didn't even include that. You know what I'm saying? It's too much blood. It's too much blood on your hands, bro. It's too much blood. That blood stain has reached to the top of the mountaintop, bro. It's too much bloodshed, bro. So all of this is right now. They had to start taking people away from the very thing that America was funded on, right? When George Washington came up with the Constitution and all that, America was seen a country. It was considered a new world, a new opportunity, a new life. But people come together, this, that. You guys have lost all of that. Your country has been overtaken by the three lettermen. And the first letter begins with a J. It has been overtaken by that. They own everything, from the movies to your curriculums, okay? From the movies to your curriculums, to what you're reading, to what you're listening to what you're wearing. Everything is run by them. There's not a table that's unturned that they don't control. You think I know I'm lying? I'm gonna show you something. Let me see. I'm gonna show you something. For those that are thinking that I be lying, if you look at anything that you buy, right, you will see the R. It's like a little label with a circle over it. That's to let you know that they control it. This is facts, guys. Of course. Rockefeller owns the schools. Rockefeller owns the hospitals. These are not American bred people. These are part of the 13. These are part of the 13 bloodlines that you guys, the 13 bloodlines that gave you religion that you guys are upholding to this very day. You know, Jesus is King, Jesus is Lord. Yeah, I bet you. Jesus was a 33-degree Mason. At 33 years old, he was called Master. He died and reascended. One of the number one rituals in Freemasonry is being dead. They put you in a casket so you can be born again. You guys don't know what you're worshiping. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like I really want to stay away from this religion, because in the year 2026, especially with all that's going on, you're wasting time and your breath arguing with people when it's pertaining to religion, because you guys be thinking that you know what's going on, but in reality, guys, you guys don't know absolutely nothing. 33 degrees. 13 is a 13. It was 12 disciples and one man makes it 13. Jesus being the top. The 13 bloodline. Jesus is a representation of the Orsinian family. You guys don't understand what's going on. You thinking that I be bugging, but these are the facts. The 13 bloodline, that's Jesus. That's what 13 is. 33. They purposely use Matthew's or John 3:16. They purposely use that. 3, you already know what number it is. All through the Abrahamic religion, it's a trio. The Christianity, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Judaism, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. Islam, it was Allah, Ma'at, and the other one. They changed it to Allah because they wanted to be separated, because they thought, but in all reality, the foundation of Allah goes back to Allah, was a female deities. The reason why they made it to Allah, because because, I mean, they turned it to Allah because they wanted to change the story of the rulers and the kings and the gods of this earth to be male dominant. Now, this is why I'm starting to question the story of God being a man, because when you see everything, because everything is universal order, when you see the most um resilient people are women. The most strongest women, the most strongest people are women. Yeah, we're physically strong, but women are emotionally, psychologically, and also they're more spiritually stronger than us. And then on top of that, they do something that none of us men can do, and that is carry a child in their body for 9 months. Watch it develop in their bodies for 9 months. We can't do that. We don't have the capacity of that. You know what I'm saying? I don't talk about it because I'm still doing my homework. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not the guy to talk about things that I don't have 100% facts about. But I do question that. I do say, We know that the Abrahamic religion is Masonic. We know that. I gotta question that. Father, Son, Holy Spirit, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And even with the Egyptian stories, a lot of you guys don't understand that the New Testament was taken from the Egyptian text. Everything, Isis, Ra, and El, that's all Egyptian. El did not originate in Greek mythology. El is literally Egyptian, just like the Ark is Egyptian. These people have been telling you lies for so much. It's crazy to me. They created their own ideology. This is what I tell you guys. They created these religions. These things was designed. It was intentional. None of these things can go back to anything that connects to you back physically. You have to gain all your information, any understanding of Jesus, of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. It comes from their literature, their scriptures, their writings, their ideologies, their viewpoints. It's all them. It has nothing to do with you. And none of you guys can dispute that. So, and when I hear you guys trying to dispute that and defend that, it's absurd. So in 2026, I just leave that alone. Like, we're going into but that's what you want to do, then do that. But just understand what you're waiting for. It was literally a sit still doctrine to allow all of this shit to happen while you're sitting here literally waiting in the sky thinking somebody's going to redeem you and give you heaven. It's not true. None of these things is going to happen, guys. That's what I'm saying. When you look into the natives and what the natives was following, when you look into the Taínos, there was none of this. There was always a deities that they gave reference to. Everybody had a specific position. Like Ogun. Ogun was the god of armor and war and this and that. Then you got Oshe, who's the mother for the lady of fraternity, who gave life, who gave wisdom, who gave preservation. You get what I'm saying? It's just a lot. Like I said, bro, it's a lot of things, man. It's just too much. Too much. This is why it's important that you be around like-minded individuals. Like for you, right? To love, right? So you know these things. You gotta be on the bandwagon, bro. You gotta join the movement. You know what I'm saying? Just like my man Kyle. Shout out to my son Kyle. Kyle sees the movement. Kyle could tell you verbatim what's going on with my channel, with my pages on Instagram. I'm not just here. Like I talk it all. The ancestors is with me, and that's intentional because I have not been bitten. Everybody goes through their trials and tribulations. You get chosen. The ancestors sit back and watch to see who is eligible to carry the baton. But because we're so programmed into the philosophies and the bullshit that they be telling you, oh yeah, yo, if he doesn't have a blue check, he ain't valid. If he don't have 1 million followers, he ain't valid. I got 130 something thousand on YouTube, 136,000. But my numbers don't add up. You guys would have thought I was buying bots. I don't even know where to buy them. Where can I buy them? But that's the ancestors doing their numbers. The only thing I know that I need to do is just be consistent. But and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I get mentally fatigued. Yes, you get completely tired because I don't like being a broken record. I'm from the hood. I'm from how my mom's is. I'm an Ayesian. You know what I'm saying? I tell you one time, that's it. But when I come to the realization that being a content creator and being a spokesperson for the facts and the liberation of people, that a lot of our people are very, very slow. And I'm gonna tell you what an OG told me. He said, listen, remember, a lot of people that have phones now, that making phone calls, that's walking amongst us, once upon a time was coming off the cheese bus. Not everybody IQ is where yours is at. Not everybody intelligence, attention span is where you're at. You have to continuously do it over and over and over again. Because I talk about it, somebody like yourself, True Love, will show up like, yo, bro, your son talking the things that I've been saying. Just like I've talked about it, and Cal pull up, yo, bro, what's up? Yo, bro, I feel everything that you're saying. All of these things are intentional. So my job is to stay consistent with that. You feel me? Because we need people to start speaking. Like, I'll be honest with you, I have the blueprint into restoring the melanated community. I have it, but niggas don't want to listen to it because they don't want to hold themselves accountable. Because the first line of correcting our issues within the melanated community is self-accountability. The second thing is honesty. Accountability and honesty are the only two policies that's needed to save the black society. Yeah, my bad, guys. Like I said, man, my phone keep telling me it's overheating. You know how these iPhones work. Let me try to move it to a different location. Yeah. Like I was saying, the the fixing the problem is very easy within the melanated community. Once we address accountabilities, right? We start holding ourselves accountable. We start being honest with each other, right? Honesty is the best policy. Once we start doing these things, that will literally be the foundation into the upbringing and the uprising of us as a whole. We're not doing that. What we're doing is we're in a state of complaint. We're still complaining and making excuses. We'll use religion as a justification why you don't have to hold yourself accountable, or why nobody should hold you accountable. Only God can judge me. How dare you talk about this and that? This is the problem. These are the issues that goes on that nobody wants to deal with. So once we start doing that, that's going to be the first step. The second phase, right? After holding ourselves accountable, the second phase is bridging the gap between the man and the woman. Now, in order to bridge the gap within the man and the woman, we gotta first tackle the things that are dividing the man and the woman. And guess what? That is music. Once we get rid of the music, yes, music has to go. Then from the music, then all of these podcasters, they have to go. Matter of fact, once we start holding ourselves accountable and being honest, these podcasters won't even have room to exist because there'll be nothing for them to talk about. Because the Bible will have these podcasters will have nothing to talk about because everybody will hold themselves accountable. In fact, what you're going to be talking about, you're going to hear oversaturated podcasting about how much, black love is beautiful, how melanated people is beautiful, how children is beautiful, etc., etc. That's going to be the first step. Once we bridge the gap between the man and the woman, guess what? The children is going to start being raised with a balance. After the child is raised with a balance, there's nothing that can be thrown at them that can get them off task, that can make them stumble because they have a foundation. They got their 2 feet on the ground. All of that is psychological. But a lot of people are not prepared for that because, again, holding ourselves accountability is something that melanated people don't want to do. We want to still point fingers and blame people and say this and that and why. We gotta get over that. We when I hear Europeans say, "Oh, victim mentality," at some point you gotta be like, "Yeah, we really gotta get over this victim mentality. Yeah, we're victims. We're gonna always be a victim. That can never change. You're gonna always be a target. You're gonna always be a subject to their laboratory. You always. It doesn't matter. But through it all, knowing that, aren't we supposed to try to build each other, to protect each other, put our lives on the line for each other? Absolutely. But you guys are not doing that. You guys are busy here complaining. You guys are busy here demanding. You can't demand. When you are a slave and you carry the last name of, you said you hate white people. I don't hate nobody. Like I say all the time, I don't hate nobody. But I'm the person that believes that you must clean up your house before you try to help anybody else. My house is dirty. My community is dirty. My people is filthy mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, psychologically. You know what I'm saying? My people is dirty. And I'm here to be the sponge to clean everybody up. Pause. From head to toe. Pause. Y'all niggas is dirty. So, yeah, I had to clean up my house first. I gotta wash the dishes. I gotta put the dishes away. I gotta make sure everything is sparkly clean before I look at somebody else's house and say, "Damn, your house is dirty too." Yeah, let me stop what I'm doing at my crib to come fix yours. That doesn't even make sense. You guys don't even do that in real time. You know what I'm saying? Like in real time. You guys will see your house dirty. You're gonna make sure your house is clean. And if you got the time, you got the energy, you got the willpower, you'll be like, sure, your crib is dirty too. Let me help you. Matter of fact, not only am I gonna help you, I'm gonna give you the solutions to make sure that this thing is done a little bit easier. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? So these are the things. These are the things that we have to do. We got to correct home, bro, and that's all I'm for. After we finish fixing up that house, well, listen, I got all ears. Oh damn! Listen, there's a lot of Europeans that's on public assistance. There's a lot of Europeans that's living in trailer parks. There's a lot of Europeans whose children is suicidal. There's a lot of Europeans who's on meth, who's on these on heavy duty drugs. It's a lot of Europeans, but I can't focus on y'all because I gotta clean up my house first. After we do that, yeah, I go to Kentucky. I go to Alabama. You know what I'm saying? I go to those areas where you guys are living tremendously bad. I'll go there. But you gotta embrace me with an open heart. You gotta embrace and understand that I'm here to help. I'm not here to take control. I'm not here to rule you. I'm not here to do none of that. I'm here to make sure that you are on the right path so you can help your family grow and get out of this mental circumstances and understand that this place called America is a corporation. This is a business. This is big business. Like I said, America is the financial backbone to Europeans. Okay? So take advantage. Take advantage. And you're gonna find those that's not going to wake up, that's gonna be dependent. That's just it's cool. That's just how society works. But 10:30 guys, it was a pleasure. You know, I love you guys. I want to get ready. I gotta go run inside, go take care of this, and get my day started, man. It's a nasty day today, but you know, it is what it is. I love you guys. Continue supporting. I'm gonna be on 10 p.m. tonight, and we're gonna talk about how civil rights movement was nothing but a jokes and a hoax. Yes, the civil rights movement was nothing but a joke and a hoax. And starting February, I will be dropping podcasters I'm talking about like audio podcasting every week. I'm getting back to that. I want to get me some new microphones. I'm gonna have special guests. I'm gonna have my whiz come on. We're just gonna talk our talk. We're just gonna have fun, play with it, pause, and just give you guys some insight, man. You know what I'm saying? We need order, we need conversation. I need you guys to get my perspective from not just a male perspective, but a female perspective. We're gonna do all that. All right. So with that being said, man, you guys stay G'd up from the feet up. Ain't no need to roll the weed up. And again, all right, again, people, there's no reason for you to get high because we already high off life, and that is the ultimate price. Holla at y'all.